All right, hello and welcome to Rainy Tuesdays. I'm Ryan and I'm here with Margot,
Hi.
Adam,
Hello.
and Yoana again.
Woo.
Hi.
How's it going, everyone?
Pretty good.
Not too bad.
Awesome.
April, that's weird. It's Ryan's birth month. That's exciting.
That is true.
Yeah.
It's a good month.
Yeah.
When's your birthday, Ryan?
April 12th. So I like it because it's like not too close to Christmas.
That's true. Yeah.
I would
It's
say
evenly
not
spaced.
remotely close to Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Given that my birthday's in December, so
Yeah. It's a sore
birthday
subject
is
for Adam.
very close to Christmas. Well, it's not close enough that they've ever been together.
That's good.
So
That is good. Yeah.
I'm never betrayed. I have two separate days of presents.
Right.
When you were little, did you feel like you got more presents than your siblings? Because like you had like your birthday and then Christmas.
Oh, interesting.
Not really, because like mine's at the very beginning of the month, or relatively. So like it was very much. I had my birthday. There's a week or two, and then Christmas. So it was very much separate, I guess.
Okay, gotcha.
And then my parents were always good about like even, and my grandparents were like exceptionally like everyone has to get identical amounts of gifts every time, like price wise.
Yeah.
So never got more than my siblings, I don't think.
That's fair.
Awesome.
Yeah. Not to like just full sin and make this a Christmas episode. I swear it won't be. But like I've started doing a thing where I do have like a drawer in my closet, and like at any point in the year, if I'm like, this would be a good gift for this person in my life, I just kind of like put it in there, and I'm like, now they're all there, and I don't have to stress ever. Like I can just be like, yeah, cool.
That is smart.
Yeah.
I should do that, but the opposite, as in thinking of gifts that I want.
Oh yeah.
Every year,
Yeah.
I'm like, throughout the year, I'm like, oh, can't get that, don't have enough money. And then I get to Christmas, I'm like, I've never wanted for anything in my entire life. I'm, in fact, a monk who has renounced the material world.
Oh my god.
It's so bad every year.
I do think the past 2 years that's been like what rained on your parade in December is being like, my mom wants a Christmas list and I don't think I can give it to her.
I never can.
Yeah.
This year was funny because I was like, I spent a good amount of time thinking of things to get. And then my mom bought almost all of them for my birthday. I was like, but I still have Christmas to think of. You should have saved stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the other problem too, is like you have to create like two lists.
Yeah.
So like, things that are really close to each other.
Yeah. Just only give her half the list at a time. Yeah. Like, this is early December. This is late December.
They're like timed releases.
Right.
Yeah.
Second part is dropped in December 15th at midnight.
Oh my god.
I always have the opposite problem because my birthday is like
Oh, true.
on January 7th.
Yeah.
And so my parents have gotten like the horrible habit of not getting us Christmas gifts on Christmas Day, but like just taking us to the mall and being like, get whatever you need. Like after Christmas, because they don't want to deal with like all the Christmas chaos beforehand.
Yeah.
And so then I get stuff and it's like really close to my birthday, and they're like, we already got you gifts. And I have not gotten a birthday gift in a while.
Oh my god. Fair enough. Yeah. Boy. I don't know. I feel like October is like fun because then it just makes me really like the end of the year because I'm like, it's my birthday, and then it's like, I know Thanksgiving is like not a good holiday, but it's lots of food and I like food. And then it's just Christmas, and then beautiful, beautiful New Year's Eve. That's wonderful. Yeah. Alright, well, we're not gonna do holidays this episode because we've done it at least 5 times, bare minimum. It's episode 99. Pretty exciting. And we're gonna do something we've like talked about for a while and just keep kind of putting off. And Yoana and I are gonna quiz the guys about like women things, like just some like history facts, some more anatomy things, some like more just like day-to-day annoyances. This could be great.
Nice.
Women 101.
Yeah, that's a great episode title. Yeah. Alrighty. Do you want to start, Yoana, or do you want me to start?
I can start.
Alright.
We can start from the beginning. Not really the beginning, but start off
The
with
beginning of
suffrage.
women.
Alright. This is...
How is the format? Is it like open-ended, like you ask us a question, we buzz in?
In the
answer?
spirit of equality, I feel like you guys should each get a chance to give an answer. And then
Thematically
whoever's
appropriate,
closer.
but
Yeah.
not very competitive.
No, because we're about peace and love here.
Imagine Family Feud if everyone could just answer at the same time.
I'll do a point counter for Ryan and a point counter for Adam, and whoever gets closer after you both give answers will get it.
Cool.
And or you'll both get points if you're
Alright.
both spot on.
Sounds good.
Okay. My first question for you guys is, which famous suffragist wrote the first version of the Equal Rights Amendment in 1923? She is also known for starting the National Women's Party, which was like campaigning for an amendment to the Constitution.
This is like protable now.
Yeah, I do feel like we started you off on one I don't know.
This is a hard one, but I'm kicking myself because I know a lot about the Equal Rights Amendment, and I very recently was reading about it, so I should know who wrote it, and I in fact don't.
She's also played by Hilary Swank in Iron Dot Angels, if that helps you at all.
That does not clear anything up.
It was very funny because I was like, it's gonna be like more of an Adam question for the history stuff, but then you brought media into it, and I was like, that's a Ryan question.
See, I worked hard to make it equal.
I love that. Yeah. This episode's all about equality.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Do you have any guesses? Do you just want to guess famous, like, historical women and be like,
Susan
maybe?
B. Anthony.
Okay.
She was dead by then.
Oh, never mind.
My answer is Cleopatra, who was also dead by then.
Much more dead by
Much
then.
more.
I think Ryan's closer.
What did Susan B. Anthony do?
I think she did have Susan B. Anthony's desk donated to her to
Wow.
work
Oh,
on.
that's cool.
Fancy.
Oh,
her
so then
little
Ryan
desk.
gets the point. Not that
No.
he knew that, but...
Wait a
That's
second.
not the point.
Oh, man.
The correct answer was Alice Paul.
Fun times. Alrighty. So I think, Yoana's going to be
Equal
doing
Rights
more of
Amendment's a
the...
hot topic.
I think it is. It's actually, like, doing some crazy stuff right now. Anyway.
It gets me heated, as I'm sure it's the same for you guys.
Yeah. So Yoana's gonna be doing some more of like the history and like legal stuff. I'm gonna be doing some more like social ones, I guess is the good way to put it. According to Google. But without Googling. What is the average cost of a bra?
Oh, it's expensive. I know
Okay.
that.
Uh-huh.
Like annoyingly, stupidly expensive.
Gotcha.
Safe answer, Adam.
Average.
That is a safe answer.
I'm gonna. Well, Ryan, if you want to go first.
15.
15? Okay.
50.
50. Adam is closer, so they gave a range where it was like for like a well-made one that isn't like just a super cheap one, right? The average cost is $30 to $80.
Dang.
Yeah. So
That's a wide range.
it is.
I just feel like quality is like 40-ish. It's not like 40, 50.
Yeah. I think it also depends. There's gonna be like a few different questions related to that, and we'll get into some other ones later. But I'm excited. Yeah. There's the whole like everything's more expensive.
I know the whole women's clothing industry is ridiculously complex
Yes.
and annoying for no reason.
Absolutely.
There was this funny TikTok series that was just like the evil henchman in these boardroom meetings who's like, what if we make everything make no sense and then sell them.
I think like the conspiracy theory for it, I don't know if this is true, but it feels true in my heart and soul, is that it's like to give women body issues, of like, oh, you're like a size like 2 in this clothing, but haha, you're like a size like 20 in this other thing, and it just makes you feel bad. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Again, I don't think that's...
It seems to require a lot of, as with most conspiracy theories, a lot of cooperation among people who are not inclined to cooperate.
True. It's also like, I don't know if this is true for you, Yoana, but like I feel like with women's sizes, I feel like I know all of my measurements, whereas I don't think a lot of guys do. They're just like, oh, I wear like a medium. And that's like just what they go for. And I'm like, oh, my waist is this thing, like it's this many inches, this many centimeters kind of thing. Yeah. Alrighty, Yoana.
You also have, like, for jeans specifically, like, you have to learn, because, like, some brands don't do it true to size. So, like, you have to know, like, oh, I'm a 4 at American Eagle, but, like, a 28 in Aeropostale.
Like, men's pants make so much sense. Because don't you guys have, like, just, like, the waist size and the length?
Waist and length, yeah.
Waist and length, yeah.
That makes so much sense. I don't know why that's not universal for everything.
What is women's pants?
It's that. It's like 2, 12, and it's like every brand is different on what a 2 or a 12 is.
Like not coordinate to like length?
Nothing. They coordinate to nothing.
You're like a double 0, a 0, a 2. There's no 1s or 3s, no odd numbers.
Yeah. So then it just goes up by evens. And it's like Old Navy pants are totally different from Aeropostale, or like, I don't know brands, and this is showing it. I was going to say Kohl's, but I think Kohl's sells brands, and Kohl's is not a brand.
Yeah, I don't think Kohl's is a brand.
But you get the point.
Yeah, guys is easy.
It makes so much sense. And when I figured out that that's what men's pants were, because I thought you guys had a confusing thing too, because it was like 2 different numbers. And I was like, oh my God, they have so much to deal with. But then someone told me what it meant, and I was like, wait, what?
I think the numbers coordinate to like the length.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know.
Seems like the best way to do it. I don't know.
Absolutely.
It makes no sense.
Yeah. Ugh.
The only thing I can think of as like a comparison is, this is probably the same for women's shoes, but I know whenever I buy shoes, the shoe size varies among brands. So like, which is infuriating.
Fair. Wait.
So oftentimes, like the size is like coordinated with like I don't know, inches.
I think it's something like that.
But still, like, it does vary. But also, like, women's shoe sizes are different too, because that's a different skill as well sometimes.
Yeah, I think it's like 2 sizes down in men's, because I remember like that's like when I like bought Converse, I like they're in men's, I think, sizes, or at least they were in the mid 2010s. And so I like I went to like the salesperson and asked them, because I was like, these are way too big. Like, how do I know which one will fit me? And he was like, oh, like these are men's sizes, so you just go down 2 sizes. So yeah, whole time. So like if I'm like a 7 in women's, then I'm like a 5 in men's or something like that. I don't understand it. Anyway, go for it, Yoana.
All right. This was a teenage civil rights activist that inspired Rosa Parks' protests on the Montgomery bus.
Oh, I've heard about this, but I don't know her name.
A lot of names here.
I feel like I'm back in like 7th grade history.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Ruth.
Ruth?
I don't have a last name.
I was gonna give you the initials.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Oh, initials are CC. So no R in there.
Ruth.
Oh, Lord.
Cynthia. That starts with C.
Ooh. I was thinking Courtney.
Interesting.
Yeah, I have no idea. Courtney Crawford, CC. I think that's an actress.
Crawford sounds like close.
So Claudette Coleman.
Never mind.
Oh, I've definitely heard that name too.
Yes.
And she did the whole bus protest thing first, but because she was a pregnant teenager, they thought it would be bad for publicity and to like get sympathy if they used her, and versus Rosa Parks, who is more professional, and was like an older woman who they could easily like fit this image of like this poor innocent woman versus like a pregnant teenager.
All about how you frame it.
Yeah.
I think that's always so interesting in like different social movements of like the marketing of them. It's a really interesting aspect to look at.
I remember back during the George Floyd protest, there were so many people who were like, why is this the guy you're putting on a pedestal? And it's like, because he was wrongfully murdered. It's
right.
Just, we don't pick the person, it's just who it happens to.
Yeah.
But it's like another instance of like, yeah, I guess you could have chosen to highlight a different person, but it's like what angle you want to go for, if you want to go for an angle at all.
Sure. But like, even if it's not like in a malicious way, like there's an angle, you know, just of like, this is how it's going to be like spun in media and everything like that.
It was a little weird that George Floyd kicked it off when Breonna Taylor seemed much worse.
Like, I obviously both terrible. And it's just like, yeah, I don't know. And I think that was like an interesting thing, of seeing how many more names came up, because that was like
too many
names, obviously, but it was also like, I think that was a good thing to do, because I think that probably involved more people.
Whatever kicks off the movement kicks off the movement. Doesn't matter who starts it.
True. Okay. Let's see. Okay, what is the difference between a panty liner and a pad?
Trying to think of the best way to formulate this.
Okay.
It's funny because I went to the store with Trent, I think, and I was like, I need to get stuff. And I was like, can you help me look, because I can't find anything? And he was like, does this work? I was like, no, Trent.
Oh my god.
I was like looking up pictures online. I'm like, this is what we're looking for.
There.
Take a stab at it, Ryan. I'm gonna formulate my answer as well. I think I vaguely know.
Okay. Y'all both have sisters. So I feel like
a younger sister though.
This is not something we just talk about.
When all this mattered, I was no longer living at the house.
Fascinating. Okay.
I feel like pads are more useful.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
Interesting.
That's my answer.
My answer is that pads are thicker, I guess.
Okay.
Just based on the name, panty liner sounds like it's more thin. I don't know. It just sounds more like concealable, I suppose.
Okay, you're definitely on the right track. Like, that is absolutely the right track. So a pad is like what you use just on your regular like period. For any level of flow, there's like different thicknesses and stuff of that to make sure, like, if you have like a really heavy one, then you'll have a thicker one and stuff like that. But then a panty liner you can use on your period if you have a really light flow, but they're typically used more throughout your menstrual cycle if you have any like spotting or like just different discharge and stuff like that. So it is like a very like thin little thing, and typically it doesn't have any like wings like a pad would. Not that all pads have wings, but I think it's more common.
There's also, if you're like wearing a tampon and you want to just like have that there
extra assurance,
extra protection.
Yeah.
And there's like the regular panty liners and like the thong panty liners, which like go into more of a triangular shape with wings to wrap around.
Yeah. Yeah, they're very useful.
Interesting.
Yeah. Alright.
All right.
Have you ever thought about like why women's products are so colorful?
You gotta have a little fun in life, Ryan.
so,
It's
yeah.
like you're just, your insides are pouring out like for like a week at a time. Like it's at least it could be like neon green,
Or pink, or light blue.
Yeah.
Okay, Adam, you have to get this one right.
A lot of pressure.
This was a landmark decision of the U.S. Supreme Court in which the court ruled that the Constitution of the United States protects a pregnant woman's liberty to choose to have an abortion without excessive government restriction. I'll even give you a hint. The year was 1973.
Well, Roe v. Wade.
There we go.
Okay, that's what I was thinking too, yeah.
To go further, Planned Parenthood v. Casey is the one that matters.
Well, you just got rid of my other question, so.
All right.
Oh
Everyone talks about Roe v. Wade. Roe v. Wade is pretty much overruled. Planned Parenthood v. Casey is the only one that actually does anything anymore.
Right. Like,
And it does very little.
The bare minimum.
The bare minimum. I suppose it could be worse. But
Definitely could be.
okay, talking more about products. Well, what is a Diva Cup?
Right.
Oh, what?
A Diva Cup?
I know.
I have no idea.
Okay.
Okay. It's like this little rubber cup thing. Okay, so it's like a little bowl, and it's got like a little tip on the end. And
Yeah.
you put it inside, and it like collects all the stuff from the period. I don't know, the flow, I guess.
Yeah.
And I don't know. That's that, I guess.
Yeah, it's just another menstrual product. Yeah. All right.
Or
Better for
they're
the
pretty good.
environment.
Yeah, really good for the environment.
'Cause they're like it's washable,
Yep.
reusable, everything.
Mm-hmm.
To boil them in water.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like a mouth guard. Cool. Alrighty.
All right, here's a more historical one. The first and only female emperor of China, known for her exceptional intelligence, extraordinary competence in politics, and inordinate ambition.
I think there was a movie about her.
I took a Chinese history class too.
Oh.
When I was doing this for history club, someone said Mulan.
Oh.
That is not the right answer in case you guys were contemplating between that one.
I was
Just to give
not.
you a little
Darn.
Back to square one.
Couldn't have gone with like the long usurping queen of Russia, maybe.
Do you know that one?
Catherine.
Yeah, I do. Catherine the Great.
There you go.
Adam, once again, stealing another one of my questions.
Oh, really?
Oh my God.
I don't know. It's probably like a. Was her title like Dowager Queen? I feel like I remember something about that. I don't know. I don't have a name then.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
either.
The answer is Wu Zetian, or Wu Zhao.
Oh my gosh, she's in Civilization. Civ 5. I should have known that.
Oh man.
Orion-oriented question this time.
It was. Oh man.
And she's a really great leader too, because like her crossbowmen do a lot of damage. So.
Nice. Okay. I'm gonna do my follow-up Diva Cup question, but just to help Ryan out, I just want to show a picture of like what a Diva Cup
Oh,
is.
cool.
So that's a Diva Cup. I guess that's technically a Luna Cup. I don't want to misbrand it, but like yeah, so that's what they look like.
Is it
Is
sort of like a
Diva a
Kleenex
brand?
tissue?
Yeah, Diva is a
Okay.
brand.
Oh.
And so, alrighty. How do you put in a Diva Cup?
This is guesswork now. Having not done so myself, Okay, so it's like rubber, right? So kind of malleable. So I assume you like fold it up, so it's smaller, and then
shove it on up there.
Maybe less violent. Yeah, I suppose.
Okay, Ryan, any guesses?
I don't know. There's not like an applicator with a tampon.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So, Adam, you got the first part, so you do fold it, right? But then if you just like left it in there folded, it like wouldn't really do its job.
Yeah.
So what do you do next? What do you do next? How do you unfold it within yourself?
Telekinesis.
Okay. So that little knob.
Maybe you like push that knob and it like air pressure.
You use the fallopian tubes to like reach down in there.
Yeah, they're kind of second hands.
Yeah.
Little known fact about women: we have 4 hands. It's just 2 of them are inside of us. Okay, so you use that little knob and you do kind of like twist it a bit, which kind of like helps it unfold in suction inside.
Air pressure,
yeah. Right. Yeah, the whole time.
Good teamwork, Ryan.
How do you pull it out?
Got the beginning and the end.
Yeah, how do you pull it out without like spilling blood everywhere?
It's just carry part 2 every time you pull it out.
Right.
Well, I assume it's not like there's no way to like enclose it, right? So it can't be perfect. Sure. So do you just do it carefully?
That's my thought as well.
I do love that. That feels very like encouraging. Like nobody's perfect. Like
try your best.
Yeah.
How do you get it out?
I don't know how you get it out.
Right. I think there's like a few different ways. I think the most common one that I've heard is like just doing it in the shower. Just to like make sure, then you can like just also put it back up there and everything and wash it out all at the same time. But I know that some people also, if it's like in the middle of the day when you need to do it, like on a heavy day, it would just be like when you're sitting on the toilet and you want to kind of like pinch a little bit at the bottom, like a little bit over the nub, and just pull down and dump like all underneath you, you know.
I think Adam's answer of carefully is correct then.
Carefully is, vague, but correct.
The best kind of correct.
Because I guess if the place you're going to do it is, it's expected to make a mess.
Right. Yeah. Alrighty. Yoana?
Alright.
Sorry, we're stealing so many of your questions.
If you have any left.
Alright, you guys gotta get this one.
Okay.
Mostly because she's my icon. Co-founder of Miss Magazine and a feminist advocate of the 1970s. She is known for her aviator glasses and wearing them over her hair.
Ryan, you got this. I saw it on your face. There was a spark.
I was her for Halloween this year.
It was a really cute costume.
For Halloween, but I know someone that wears glasses that's also associated with magazines. Gloria Steinberg.
You're close.
Okay.
I have no idea, so Ryan got this one, if that's close. I have no guesses at all.
Fair.
I was going to cheat and see if you had posted on Instagram.
I don't know, did you?
Gloria Steinem.
Did you look that up, Ryan?
I did, because I was like, Steinberg doesn't sound right. I know the lady's name is
He was very close, though.
And she also did a whole
the joy
infiltration
I felt
piece on Playboy, but yeah.
The joy I felt when I heard him say Gloria Stein and
I
then
know.
Ginsburg, and I
it dropped.
pulled back.
Oh, man.
Is she the one that, like, infiltrated Playboy?
Playboy, yeah.
The whole time.
Okay, so I did know who that was.
Yeah.
There's a good drunk history on that.
Nice. I should watch that.
There's a drunk history on everything.
Oh, yeah.
They're all good.
Okay. Name as many different types / like styles of bras as you can think of.
Okay. Does a corset count?
Call it yeah, sure.
Okay, one.
Yeah. Okay.
Then bralettes.
Okay.
Bras.
How specific? Like, there's like the
There's
front
different
clasp and the
sizes.
back clasp.
Okay.
Yes.
Sure. Any others?
Side clasp.
Not that I've seen.
No,
Be
a
interesting.
sports bra, does that count?
Sports bra totally counts, yeah.
Does like padded ones?
Okay.
Is that a separate type? I don't know.
Ryan's doing a lot better than I am today.
I think a lot of them have padding. Is there like a specific type you can think of with padding? Probably one of the most popular.
Push-up bra?
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. What about like a regular everyday one that you might wear under a specific type of shirt? No. Okay.
Just a normal bra, like Ryan said.
There's some called like t-shirt bras, which
Oh, wow.
don't have padding, but yeah.
Just like lingerie stuff count too.
Vaguely. Yeah.
It's I
Okay.
I would suppose.
Honestly, that was more than I thought would happen. So I'm impressed. Yeah.
What else is there? What did I not
There's
get?
strapless. There's like the little like silicone ones that like don't have a back and they just kind of stick to your boobs.
Oh, yeah, I know what those are.
There's the ones that do have a back but don't have any straps.
Don't have any straps.
Strapless.
There's there's cross-backed ones that you can wear with like more like halter tops and stuff. Convertible bras, which the straps have like a little loop that you can undo and like do it however to fit whatever style of shirt.
Fancy.
Training bras.
Training bras, yeah, which is essentially just a sports bra with no support. But yeah. All right. I'm honestly impressed.
What's the difference between the two?
Well, thank you.
So a training bra, it doesn't have any like padding or like underwire or anything like that. It's just to like get you used to it essentially. When you don't really need it, and it's just to train you into like using it.
Okay.
And then like a sports bra, it like kind of pushes your boobs down into your body, so that when you're running and jumping and stuff, they don't like go flying everywhere and hurt. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. All right.
All right. This is an invention.
Oh.
The first of these were widely distributed in the 1960s, giving women more sexual freedom.
Birth control pills.
That is correct.
Nice.
They talk about that in the Principles of Pleasure Netflix
Iconic.
docu-series. Go watch it. That's good. Don't watch it if you know a lot about women's stuff already, because you will learn nothing new. But if you don't know much, highly recommend.
Gotcha.
Fair. Yeah. Okay, explain a cup size. So if someone's a 34C, what does that mean?
Again, we've discussed that the numbers mean nothing.
These ones actually mean something,
Okay.
though.
Actually?
Yeah, this is
So-
like the one women's thing that
Okay.
like the sizing makes sense.
So I'm assuming the number corresponds to like the like chest size.
Okay.
Isn't the number like the around side?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like yeah.
Okay.
That.
And
So then
then
what's
the
the letter?
letters are the out size.
Sure. Yeah. I like that. Yeah, that's it.
Cool.
Yeah. So it's the inches and then like whatever cup size, yeah. That's how you pick a bra. It
Good
is
teamwork, Ryan.
Yeah, you guys really nailed that together. The thing about it is like you can go up or down on the number and like flip the letter. So like if you're like a 34B, right, then you could go up to a C and down to like a 32 because you have like a little more room because of the cup size. So it depends on like style of bra and everything. So you can kind of wiggle around with it, but you typically have like a size or two that you're like, yeah, that works for me. Yeah. Well done. I'm proud of you guys on that one. Alrighty.
All right. This is the second woman confirmed to the Supreme Court. She was a lawyer who fought for gender equality.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Nice.
They've gotten easier as they've gone on.
I'm picking the easy ones because I'm scared.
No, hit us with the hard ones.
Yeah. Adam, who is the first woman on the Supreme Court?
O'Connor.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
Sandra Day O'Connor, I think her full name is. Right?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
And then Sotomayor is third. I want to say.
I think so. Okay, this one might be a little hard.
Oh, no, Kagan probably is third. Sorry. Moving on.
This one might be a little hard because, to be fair, I think some women don't know the answer to this, which disheartens me. But what are the 4 phases of the menstrual cycle?
Okay. This was in the Principles of Pleasure thing too.
Terrible. It's over.
Okay. You start with the bleeding part. I don't know what that's called.
Okay, if you can just give me
But that's the
like
first
what
bit.
each one does, I'll be happy. Without the names,
Okay.
that's fine.
You start bleeding part. That's the first bit.
Okay.
And then something. And then I think ovulation.
Okay.
One. That's all I got. Just
Okay. Fair enough. So yeah, menstruation.
Is menstruation
is
a whole separate thing, or is menstruation all of it?
Menstruation is the bleeding part.
I know menstruation and ovulation, but I don't think
Hell
they're
yeah.
next to each other.
They're not. Yeah. So you have menstruation, follicular, ovulation, and luteal. And yeah, it's a whole fun time. Yeah. I don't know. I think everyone should track their cycle. That's a personal opinion. I understand why you wouldn't, but it's so
Why would
much.
you not?
Because if you
Well, I guess if you have like an irregular cycle, it'd be hard to track. But
yeah. But even then, you should still track it so that way you can like talk to your doctor about it and be like, this is how irregular it is, or like the way in which it is irregular. But yeah.
I also always get asked by my doctor.
Yeah,
like,
that's the
when
first
was your
question.
last menstrual cycle?
You could be like, I broke my foot, and they'd be like, when was your last menstrual cycle? Like, that's the first question you get asked.
I have a
Maybe-
question. Are both your doctors women or men?
The majority of my doctors are women.
Okay.
Yeah.
My gynecologist is a woman, though we do not stand her. She,
Oh, okay.
unfortunately,
very annoying.
I've had like one gynecologist I've liked, and the rest have been like at best okay, at worst really misogynistic and like awful. One time, oh my god,
were they women or men?
the worst one was a man. I only saw him once. Yeah, in the middle of a pap smear, he asked me what my thoughts on Trump were, and I was like, okay,
Right.
I'm never seeing you again. Like,
Not great.
yeah.
I don't know if that's one of your questions, but we've talked about that too, how awful it is for women in the medical
It's
field.
Mhm.
It's god awful. I do have a question about that.
All right.
It's not just is it bad? Resounding yes. What were you gonna say, Yoana?
All right, I have a harder question.
Oh.
All right.
Who was the first woman of color to serve in Congress in 1964? She championed Title IX legislation.
Was she a representative or a senator?
It's a good question.
I would assume representative because
the
of how
senator,
awful
I
the
think-
Senate is.
The senator was, she used to be the rep from Illinois before Obama.
Oh. I have
We've
no
had,
idea.
very few, like, African-American senators. Like, many in, like, recent time. Like,
Mhm.
there were 3, like, right after in, like, Reconstruction era.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, only 2 ever sat because one of them, like, wasn't, like, allowed to sit it. And then we didn't have, like, another one until, like, the 1980s. So, I don't know.
She was a representative, but she is not African American.
Wait, I'm sorry. What was...
She's the first woman of color, but she's not African American.
Oh, okay. My bad. I was like, wait, did I, like... Never mind.
I still have no idea.
That was interesting though.
I think Ryan should get the point because he clearly knows a lot more than I do.
A good bit, yeah.
That was a lot of things that I didn't know.
Fair.
It's Patsy Mink.
Fair
And she's Japanese American.
Oh.
Nice. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do the health-related one just because it's related to the last one in that sense. It out.
So we had 3 African American senators, but only 2 ever sat. The one from Alabama was not allowed to sit. And then like a lot of Jim Crow was passed. Mm-hmm. Carol Moseley Braun was a senator from Illinois, and she's the 4th ever African American senator, and like the 2nd one in like most recent time.
Yeah.
And then 3rd, in most recent time, is Barack Obama. He's the 5th ever African American senator. So.
Christ, yeah. What a country!
Not great.
Yeah.
Not great.
But good on Illinois.
2000s, yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask 2 different questions. You can answer whichever or both. It's just one of them slightly more specific than the other. So how much longer does it take for a woman to get diagnosed than a man for the same condition? You can do the general one or for a cancer diagnosis.
Oh man.
It's gonna make you sad.
I vaguely know it, and it's ways.
So yeah, there's the general one and cancer.
I'm gonna give a ratio of twice as long.
Okay, gotcha.
Twice as long. That's interesting. Do I have to say like what would it take for a man and then what would it take for a woman?
Yeah, like if you want to do it in the ratio type of thing, but also you could do it in an amount of years because that's what I have answers.
I'm gonna say for both. I was gonna say 6 months for like 6 months extra on top of a man would be for the normal like
general
normal
stuff.
Things, and then like probably 2 years for cancer.
Okay.
A 4-to-1 ratio.
A 4-to-1. Okay. All right. So for general things, and this was spanned over like almost 800, like I think it's just shy of 800 different diseases and conditions and stuff. It takes 4 years longer. And for cancer diagnosis, which can be often fatal without a diagnosis and treatment, it takes 2.5 years longer for a woman to get a diagnosis.
Oh, that's really close.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah.
Very, very bad.
Yeah. Doctors don't listen to us.
No. My girlfriend recently had an experience with a doctor who just like did not listen to a thing she said.
It's heartbreaking. Especially like in the chronic pain community, it's like really, really tough because a lot of the times it's written off as like you're just stressed or like just stuff like that. It's like very belittling. Yeah. Not ideal. Yeah. All right.
All right, I have another court case. A landmark decision of the Supreme Court of the United States holding that the administrators of estates cannot be named in a way that discriminates between sexes. The year was 1971, and a hint is that Ruth Bader Ginsburg wrote the brief for the ACLU.
So it's not one I know.
I don't know this one either.
I know Virginia v. United States is a good one. Ruth Bader Ginsburg authored the opinion, but that's not this. I don't know.
The answer is Reed v. Reed.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay.
So just like name all the court cases I know.
That vaguely relate to women. Okay. So I'm gonna combine 2 of mine, and then I have an extra question after that. So I have 2 more questions, and then I don't know how many more Yoana has. So what is the average age of when like a period starts, and what is the average age of when menopause starts?
14 and 45.
14 and 45?
I think periods is a pretty large span, isn't it? Isn't it like, I think it's like 11 to 16 maybe?
Okay.
And then I think menopause is like 50 to 55.
Gotcha. You guys were both like really close to the ranges. So like the when like a period typically starts, not like typically, but just the average start of it is about 12. And menopause has like a bit larger of a range because it's 45 to 55, which is what you guys said collectively. So that's exciting. Yeah.
A fun fact that you probably know, but menopause doesn't end. It's like considered you hit menopause and then you're in menopause for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
So it's like, when does it start?
Just a nifty little tidbit.
Which, another short straw. There's a lot of symptoms associated with menopause that just don't go away.
Yeah.
Okay, this wasn't one of the pre-written questions, but I am very curious how you guys would answer this. What are the different types of birth control methods, and how are they used?
Okay, hell yeah.
IED, pill.
Okay.
Yeah, IED, the pill, the implant that goes in your arm.
Okay. There's another one.
Another one.
Uh-huh.
Well, there's two different types of IUDs.
Okay, sure.
There's the copper IUDs and the hormonal ones.
Yes.
Sure. Just like one more general type of things. Like I think each one has like multiple subsections, but
there are like condoms for women. Does that count?
well, there are dental dams and stuff. But no, that's not what I was thinking. I was thinking of the shots. But yeah, you can get like a shot once a month.
I did not know that.
The patches.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The diaphragm, which I don't think anyone has used since the 90s.
Yeah, it's not like a current one. Yeah. All right.
I think we knew most of that.
Yeah. Wait, but then what was the follow-up part was how each like works generally, or
how are they like administered?
Oh, interesting.
I know with like the IEDs and like the copper T's is like they fold down and it goes in and then they fold out once it's inside.
And they go up to the cervix, I think.
Yes.
Fair enough.
The implant, it's just implanted, and you just take the pills. I don't know. You have to take them at a consistent time every day.
Yeah.
And I think you don't take them while you're menstruating.
Okay.
Oh, I don't like you said okay. Maybe that's wrong. I thought they get like sugar pills or something. Yeah. Like they don't do anything.
Right.
You're effectively not taking anything, but you are like to keep consistent. They give you stuff.
Yeah. Fair. What hormones are in a hormonal birth control? And then what's in like a non-hormonal birth control?
I don't know.
Okay.
Estrogen and progesterone?
Yeah. Yeah, you nailed it.
What's in a non-hormonal? I thought I know the copper IUD just like releases copper.
Yeah.
It's like a progesterone, I think, is like it's like a fake progesterone kind of thing.
It's sounds like that. It's still a hormone.
But it's not.
It sure sounds like one.
Yeah, but they tell you it's not. Oh my God.
What I find crazy is that for when they put in an IUD, they like don't give you any like pain medication.
Yeah.
Because I had a friend who like threw up like from it and like almost passed out from the pain, and she has like a very high pain tolerance.
Fair.
Why don't they? That seems like something you just give.
Yeah.
But I guess it's not like surgery, is it?
It kinda is. Like, I mean, like they're inserting like a little metal bit into your body. Like,
well, yeah, but like,
years.
Okay, because there's another thing I know is there's this funky alligator thing that like, and it looks super crazy, but it's like a routine check that they do. So like, that's done without any pain medication, right? Is that painful? I don't know.
I think
it's not fun.
Well, it does not look like it.
I think it's
Ryan,
one
do you
of
know
those
what I'm
things.
talking about? The like.
Not really. I'm looking it up.
It's so the stirrup, I think, or like
it looks like a
something
torture
that.
device. Is what it looks like.
Yeah, and there's different sizes of it. The same way that there's different sizes for like needles when they take your blood. And so it like you go in there and you crank it, your little self open. And just like with needles, they always give me one that's like too big. And they're like, just kidding, we need to go way smaller. And I'm like, yes, you do. And it's something that they again don't listen to. So I think relating back to the like pain with IUDs is like, I think you should just go patient by patient. Like I'm not saying everyone needs like pain management with like getting any type of thing done, but if a patient like asks for it, I feel like it should be a thing that's given. Maybe.
Do they not? Like if you ask for it, they're like, no, screw you.
I mean, I've never gotten an IUD, so. And
then they dunk on you. And
they just like throw you on the ground and they're like, take it. Yeah, pretty much.
It seems like if you ask for it, I don't know. Maybe I'm giving too much to the medical industry, considering how awful they are to women.
Yeah.
But I would imagine they'd give you something. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah. Fair enough. Okay. I'm trying to think of like the best one because I have like a few, but I know we're like getting close.
Whole Women's Health v. Hellerstadt's another abortion case. If that's one of your questions.
It is not, but very fun.
I was going to mention it after Planned Parenthood, but then you're like, oh, you stole one of my questions. So I don't want to steal even more.
Okay. We're gonna go with just a two-parter about discharge. What is spotting? Let's start with that. What's spotting?
Who knows?
Okay.
Well, right, okay.
It's not like a regular flow.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it.
I was gonna say like, do we know like why it happens? Probably. But yeah, it's just like little bits coming out as not part of the normal.
Little bits of what? Like what does it typically look like?
Oh, isn't spotting?
Isn't like usually
blood?
Lighter?
Yeah. Yeah. And it is also lighter blood. It's typically like a lighter color and everything like that. Yeah.
But could discharge is different. Discharge is like white stuff. Well, it depends.
Essentially. Okay, yeah.
White or like yellowish, but I think it's a bad sign if it's like yellowish.
Fair. Okay. So
that just comes out whenever.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a good way to put it.
There's no like rhyme or reason, I don't think.
Yeah.
Like, general health and dietary things. I don't know.
Fair. So what I'm just gonna combine all of these and just say like what is it called? Like what hang on, I'm trying to think of a new way to word this because I'm doing it on the spot. What is like what affects the discharge? Like what is the general like health of yourself? Like what is that called? It's not like vaginal health, but like that's the vibe I'm going for. Like what if someone's like, oh, you have a yeast infection because your blank is all funky. They don't say that in the doctor's office, but
that's word for word what they say.
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't
know. Yeah.
Your pH level.
That is something that affects it. I was going with.
That was a guess.
Well, yeah. I mean, pH level. It's like different pH levels, and that's a part.
It's actually the four humors. That's what they look for.
Too much.
Your vaginal microbiome is like what they typically call it.
Microbiome.
A microbiome. Yeah. So it's like the health of your vaginal microbiome. And it's like whatever's going on in there, and that could be healthy, and that could be like a white discharge kind of thing, which happens all the time, and it's like pretty normal. Then there's like yeast infections where it could be like chunky or like yellow or like just different stuff like that, and it like totally changes depending on what it's going on. Also like STIs and stuff. Yeah.
Panty liners are great for all of those.
They're wonderful for it. Full circle.
This podcast is sponsored by panty liners.
Yeah. Always. But alrighty, what rained on y'all's parade?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Another week.
Oh, I have one.
Another unknown.
Okay, what's up, Yoana?
I was eating veggie straws, right?
Okay, yeah, I love them.
And I guess when you're like stressed and don't sleep a lot, like parts of your body get very sensitive. So my gums were very sensitive.
Yep.
And the veggie straws like ripped into them.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And they created these like ulcer type things where now there's just like wounds from eating veggie straws aggressively and having sensitive gums.
Yoana, I shit you not. You texted me about that, and literally the same day I got one. And I was like, she cursed me.
Did you eat a veggie? Was it from a veggie
It wasn't
straw?
from a veggie straw. I think it was from a tortilla chip, but still.
And then I had to get medication for it, which is like this really gross syrup with lidocaine in it, which they were like, you should take it before eating so you can eat and not feel pain. But it like kind of renders my taste buds useless. So
I just wash my mouth out with like salt water, like at the end of the day.
I get canker sores very frequently. Is it the same medication you're talking about that kind of like numbs it and it tastes like almost vinegary?
It's like a swish thing.
Oh no. For canker sores, it's like
I just gave away like all my personal information.
Blur it. Okay. But for canker sores, it's like a little applicator, like droplet thing.
Yeah.
But it's the same idea of like generally, I don't know, numbing the area, you're not going to feel pain, but you literally can't taste anything other than the medicine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
mouth stuff really is gross. Annoying. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it.
I guess. Well, this is not what I'm afraid, but do you guys like bite the sides of your mouth often? Like constantly too.
I was looking. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think the four of us are just four little stressed people, and like.
Well, not a stress thing. It's just like an accident.
No, but hear me out, because that's also the thing that you do in your sleep when you're stressed. And so it's like it just takes it out on your body, and I feel like mouth is always where it takes it out first. And so, because like if you like grind your teeth when you sleep, if you like bite your tongue while you sleep, and like just stuff like that because you're like stressed while you're sleeping. But I think all of us like bury our stress, and that's why it comes out like this.
I was gonna say when I was like looking at my like gums, I noticed there's just like two lines in the inner part, like one here and one here, and it's probably where I've just like been biting throughout my entire life. That just
it is.
It's scarring.
I have the same thing. Also, my tongue, like in the morning, if I've like been really stressed and then I like wake up from like a horrible night of sleep, like the sides of my tongue will have like slight little indents from my teeth, like just like being so tense. Like I won't necessarily be biting it, but it'll just be like I don't know. It's bad.
It sounds like it.
Yeah. Anywho, I think Yoana cursed me. It doesn't seem as bad since I didn't need like medicine for mine. That seems worse. I hope it doesn't get to that point. Because that sounds bad.
The doctor said the gums in the mouth heal the fastest, so.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Out of all the ways I could have cursed you.
That's true. It wasn't that bad. You really you took it easy on me.
That is like the good part. Whenever you do something like you bite your mouth, it's like, well, this will be annoying for probably a day, and then it'll go away.
Mm-hmm. The problem with
I chew gum a lot, so it happens constantly to me.
Oh, I bet. Yeah. I think the problem with mine is that it's like I love coffee and like acidic foods. Like I love like tomato sauce. I love lemons. Like I love like just acidic things. And so like when you have a little cut in your mouth or like a little ulcer or anything, and you're eating acidic things, it's like ow. I don't know. It's
tomatoes are the worst.
Like, tomatoes are the worst. Yeah, that's true. I feel something like just life. Anyway, what about you guys?
I had a meeting about my senior project.
Oh, how'd it go?
It was pretty good. Well, maybe not. So, like, we're getting this new board to work on, and it's, like, really late in the project that we're getting this. But, like, our advisors were like, yeah, we want you to be here. So we went to the meeting, and I was like, okay, like, this will just be a quick, like, 30-minute, 1-hour meeting, like, with the company that's talking about the board. It was 2.5 hours, and I was not prepared for that.
Yeah.
And it was just very high concept, like, how the board works and all that. And so like I was just falling asleep the whole time.
I would too. That's awful.
It's 2.5 hours on a Friday.
Oh my god. On a Friday, no less.
Yeah.
That's a double whammy. Yeah. Well, fair enough. Mine is stress that I induced on myself, and it's no one's fault but my own. In that I wanted to make a dress to go see the DC cherry blossoms, but then I also only started 3 days ago. And so I am like, oh no, will I finish it in time? The answer is probably not. And
that's going in like an hour.
Yep. And that's like technically okay because I'm the only person who was trying to enforce that. Like no one's making me do it but me. But I'm like, damn, I really let myself down. No.
Mine will be, I talked to Margot about this. I am the surprise president of International Law Society, a position I did not want because the person who was supposed to be president dropped out at the very last minute.
Oh.
And so now
They've
I'm
duped
the
you.
president. Yeah.
Like, they made sure you were running and then dropped out.
Yep. They texted me like a week before and they were like, you're running for vice president, right? I'm going to do president. I was like, cool. Yes, that's the plan. Awesome. And then day of the election, they dropped out.
They said, psych.
Well,
yeah.
Okay.
Could you imagine what like happened in politics? Like, we have this whole like presidential election campaign on the day.
Joe Biden was like, Kamala, you're my vice, right? Yeah. Like, for sure. Oh my god. Just kidding, you're running the country.
I'm baiting the switch.
Yeah. Oh my god. Alrighty. Well, learn more about women. They're going through a lot, just having a time. And I'm sure they would appreciate you learning. That's all. How was anyone's day?
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.